about to embark upon.
All right, here we go. Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Rob Shack. I'm gonna not talk for the first second of this. I want y'all just to have a big dose of nostalgia right here.
Bandit! 9 o'clock! Heads down! Seconds! Alright, listen up. The ramp drop, move out. You get lost, look for me. Seconds! Stay with me and we'll get through this. We've got to take that beach. Clear the ramp!
All right, here we go. We are playing through. This is a review of Medal of Honor Frontline. This is such a great game, based obviously super heavily on Saving Private Ryan. Whole beginning sequence is pretty much exactly that. They probably just took the movie, and were like, let's just make that into as good of a video game as we can, given 2001 graphics. So what we're doing here is I'm just going to go through and just talk about everything I like about this game, things I don't like, because you can't just, no game is perfect, so we have to talk through stuff that we don't like. But be sure to like, subscribe, comment, and share. Help me get to 1,000 subs. Hoping to get there by the end of the year. This is pretty great. This is a great game. So, yeah, they basically are just, it's Saving Private Ryan, the video game, kind of, but not really. Here's another scene from Saving Private Ryan where there's this dude. He gets sniped in the movie, but in this game, I think he gets bombed in a second. I don't know. But yeah, there's just, you go and rescue people, shoot on bunkers. It's pretty great. This is a great game. I will not be going through this entire level. I'm not going to go through every single game. I'm just going to talk about the highlights because there's quite a few. But like, this is incredible stuff. We're going through, found a Thompson right there. It's cool. But yeah, you're just running around. It's World War II. Back before World War II was overly saturated with a bunch of garbage, hot garbage from these most recent games that are in the series that are just terrible. So we've got a good game for once. The captain has despawned. I don't know why that happens, but we're going to be rescuing soldiers. This is just an amazing, amazing, amazing game. A lot of good stuff coming from this. This is like groundbreaking. I mean, again, looking at it now, it's not insanely great, but the graphics are pretty dang good given what we were. This is like, there was World War II games before, but nothing like this. This is, you have a D-Day, you have soldiers running around, you have people jumping all over the place, you have crazy stuff happening, you have rescuing soldiers. That dude I didn't rescue. But yeah, you're just going around and you're helping people. It's pretty amazing stuff. Also along the beach. I actually don't know where that last dude is. I'm like semi-paying attention to it, but yeah, I mean, you start out on beaches of Normandy. What a strong opener. I mean, again, they kind of can't do that nowadays. It's kind of done to death. You can't really. Are you him? No, you're just a regular dude. Okay. There's a whole bunch of cantinas here. This is, I mean, again, very Saving Private Ryan-esque. Lots of people running around, constantly spawning, jumping, running on shore. You rescue people. It's Normandy. It's explosions, mortars, all this crazy stuff. You start here, start on the beach of Normandy, and then you play as Lieutenant Patterson. You go through all these levels, do all this crazy stuff, and there's a whole bunch of chapters in this game. I'll go ahead and show some of those now. But it's just, this game is so iconic, so nostalgic. Gameplay is good, but when you look at it now, it's pretty terrible. But it was good at the time. You know, you're zooming, you have aiming, strafing, leaning. You have all this good stuff. It's really fun. You have all these chapters that are based on certain locations. So you have your first chapter is based on, I'm not going to save, yeah. So you have your D-Days chapter, which is into the your finest hour, which is Saving Private Ryan. Then into the breach, where you go into the level. Then you have all these levels here. These are storming the port. I'll show some of these in a second. My rough plan for this is I'm going to talk about some of these levels, talk about the difficulty, because there's some stuff I'm going to say on that. I'm going to talk about a lot of levels here. I'll get through all that. We'll talk about the extras in a little bit. There are quite a few things here. Actually, let's start here. So there's bonuses, there's passwords. You can look them up online. There's a whole bunch of them. And then you type them all in here, and then they come up there. There's like people's heads are big, lasers, all this crazy crap. You can change the difficulty, classic stuff like that. There's personal records here where you show all of your primary weapon, I guess. I guess this is the primary weapon that I used, which was the Springfield. My accuracy, everywhere I got hit, I guess. I think it's where I get hit. Maybe it's where I hit people. I don't really know. They don't really give a lot of information here. It's cool. There's all these medals that you get for getting golds on stuff. I think it's every time you get gold on a chapter, you get a medal. And if you got gold on all of them, you get the EA. Where is it? It's this one. The EA Los Angeles Medal of Valor is if you get all the golds on everything. So that's pretty cool. There's a whole bunch of credits and extras here. I've seen my video from last week. I go through literally all of them because I did not expect this. There's literally the history, which is the little like dude giving you the briefing. The making ofs, and then there's a whole bunch of extras, which I didn't even know you have to hit. How do you even do this? I don't remember how I did it because I didn't even know you could do this. I think I hit start. Nope. No. I don't want to do that. Stop. But yeah, you can see extras too. I don't know how I did it last week, but I thought you had to push start on here. No. I don't remember. But yeah, there's extras too where you can see like developers talk about stuff like that. So we'll go through this and talk through. The first two levels are honestly pretty easy. Finest Hour is actually kind of tough because you can't really tell what's going on. But Into the Breach is a lot easier. We'll go just and I'll pick Special Cargo. I think is the one I want. Yeah, that's because there's a few levels like this. So with Medal of Honor, you have so many different cool layouts, different landscapes, and they're organized by chapters. So you have like your D-Day chapter, you have your like getting onto these subs chapter, which is what we did here. It's pretty cool. Then you have like, I think there's a chapter in like Scotland or something like that. So let's go ahead and kill these people. The animations in this game are unbelievably cool. Like, animations are so good in this game where enemies, well, if you shoot them off of towers, they like look at their bloody, they like touch blood on their, you can see them like inspecting their wound and then they fall off of things. It's pretty cool. People come out of bathrooms like this. The way they die is pretty cool. Like, people fall over and then start to get back up again if you don't do enough damage to them. It's just incredible. Like, the animations. What's funny is watching the little, there's also the evil chef here. We'll see him in a second. The like commercials for this game, they talk about how good the like graphics are. But I think what they meant to say was animations. Like, the animation team kills it in this game because every character, it feels like they die in a different way. And there's the chef. I forgot about the chef. I'm so glad I picked this level by accident in here, because the chef throws knives at you. He like baits you, and he's like trying to kill you with knives, and he keeps respawning. He's like Jaws from Bond. He like just keeps coming back. But yeah, headshots. Like, I mean, look at these animations for when people die. It's like absolutely incredible, especially when you get them in the head. They like I mean, that dude was like twitching and like looking around, and like they sometimes as they start to fall over, they stare at you. They like watch you as they fall to the ground. You're like, this is kind of intense, but it's gritty, it's realistic. Medal of Honor did such a good job of being like showing the horrors of war, and they like, you know, obviously they talk about that a lot, and that's like a big deal and everything. You can push this little valve to turn this thing off. The levels in the subs are pretty cool because, again, it's just small scale, close range combat. I will talk about some of the negatives here in a second with this, but because there are some when it comes to, let me see, I think I have to crouch. I don't want to do it. It's been a while since I've played this level, so let's sneak underneath this. Oh, what's up, dude? I mean, what a poor life this poor guy must lead. He's just stuck in this little valve area for all eternity. And then I come and rescue him by killing him, I guess. So, cool, you're welcome. So then turn this one. Little bit of a puzzle. Like, you know, intro, good gameplay in this game. This game has very, very good gameplay, mechanics. You know, like, stuff like that is pretty cool. If you get near enemies, they will punch you. They do a lot of damage, too, when they punch you. I mean, look at that, and look at the animation. That's so good. He, like, looks at his hand. He's, like, can't believe he's, like, getting shot and killed. Like, that stuff's good. Good animations. For 2001, it's absolutely amazing. Some explosions. Some of the explosions are pretty bad. Like, there was literally no animation there. But, you know, whatever. Again, frame rates would drop really heavily if you, like, actually have that happen. It's very easy to get lost on some of these levels. That's another thing, though. Can I just shoot through this? Okay, yeah, that's what I do. Some of the, I mean, this is back in the day where gameplay was, like, actually kind of tough. Like, you have to be... The hints help. The fact that there are hints is a useful thing, but it's not easy. This game is not easy when it comes to just finding out where you need to go. Because yeah, you just like, you can get lost because you're like, I don't know what I'm looking for, because like they didn't have like shine mechanics on stuff and all that. When you start to get hurt in this game, your character's heart starts beating. You can hear it, and it is actually really annoying. But it makes you know you need to go get health. It's pretty cool stuff. Just like murder everybody in this room. I think that's the captain guy. But yeah, like fighting in the subs, you go from subs, you go through D-Day, you go, let's get rid of this guy. I totally missed him. Some of the hitboxes are kind of wonky in this game. It's like kind of noticeable and stuff like that, where you literally just shoot around people. Enemies can shoot at you through walls. It's pretty bad. I'll talk more about that in other places, but like I'll kind of keep this video organized by, well, I'll talk about it here. Yes, enemies can 100% shoot you through walls in this game. It's really annoying. If you're like, there's definitely some collision issues on the corners, and it's really freaking awful because it makes it so that you feel like you're being cheated in this game. I'll talk about this more in a little bit when I get to the harder parts of the levels, because there's some levels that are absolutely outrageous because of this. Actually, let's go ahead and switch over to some of those levels because I'm going to start talking about that. So the way they started out, D-Day, obviously first. Then you have your getting onto the sub. That's the whole point of the like second one. You get like, you smuggle yourself into a place, and then you like get on this sub, and then you disable the sub, and then the sub comes back up and all that stuff. And like pattern, okay. This is. I'll say some more. This is all the like. This will be the negative section because I'm already talking about it. Enemies can shoot you through walls. It's really stupid. Is this the level where? I mean, I'm like processing through this as well because I can't remember. Yeah, there's some levels where, I mean, again, this is where I'm talking about this. There are definitely not enough levels in this game with allies. It's when I remember playing through this game at first, it felt like every chapter there was like some sort of enemies. This whole second chapter, there are no allies at all with you at all. Literally none. And so you kind of have this impression that you're going to be like moving around with a bunch of allies all the time, kind of like Halo, something like that. Like, you really don't have anything like that. So there's very few levels in this game where you actually fight alongside allies. And that's so weird when you think about a World War II game where you're jumping into like all these crazy battles and stuff like that. But then they literally pull Lieutenant Patterson away. Like, here's one of the few levels in the game where you fight with an ally. This dude's invincible. Actually, I think this dude's invincible. we go to rescue this guy. He dies. It sucks. I'm not even gonna talk about that. It's pretty rough. So we can come in here and shoot this guy. So then this is where I'm gonna talk about some of the stuff with this game that's pretty cool. The way that they rank all your playthroughs of this game is based on how much health you maintain and how many enemies you kill. So there's enemies that come up in like secret ways. So killing like this dude, for example, in this place allows enemies to spawn. If you don't kill that guy, some enemies don't spawn, and you cannot get you won't get the gold. It's very interesting the way that they banked it up. And you don't have to end up, it's not about taking damage. It's not how much damage you take. You can take a ton of damage and get very, very wounded and weakened and basically be dead. But if you get back up to full by finding health packs and stuff, you will get a gold medal on it. It's weird. It's kind of strange. It's interesting because it does make for some interesting gameplay mechanics, and like it enables, and they stuck healths everywhere in this game. So like, I don't get stuck in I'll talk about this in a little bit, but there's a few places where the game absolutely ramps up in difficulty and becomes insanely hard, and it's because they don't give you enough health on certain levels. But on the levels where, because again, like, levels are hard in this game. Like, enemies move around, they're not easy to shoot, there's tanks, like, there's a tank here. There's a tank that I have to hide from, and then this dude on our side is going to be the one that actually goes and kills it. I'm not going to do it because I can't. But, like, it's aiming at me. It's going to shoot you, and it does a lot of damage. Look at that. There goes the canister. It just shoots. So you get your teammate to go running up to it. He distracts it. Then you move through and start shooting all the people. His name is Barnes. There's also another ally who we get on this level later. But, like, you realize later, in certain games you can throw grenades and kill tanks. It's kind of weird. It doesn't work in this game, though, because you have to have Barnes do it. I mean, look at these animations, though. When people get sniped, they just, like, you feel like the sniper really is, like, a freaking cannon, because it is. Springfield is a very powerful rifle from this era. Like, it would knock people away. Like, you would get obliterated by this thing. So, yeah, like, and see, here's the ally. He's in here. He's going to pop out. And I'm sure everybody shot him once right away, because, dude, what kind of spawn is that? Why would you do this to yourself? That dude's actually destructible, but then he respawns. I remember as a kid, I would restart the level every single time he died, because he gets hit by a mortar sometimes, but then he respawns. But I didn't know that, because I was like 10 when I played this game. So, see, the enemies, like, they're good. The AI is strong in this game. They don't miss very much, and you have to be very clever and careful when you move up on certain levels, because some of these levels get insanely difficult. But yeah, Scotland, or where is this? Is this like Belgium? I don't know where we are. We're in somewhere in Eastern Europe, or in Europe. This is like some of the best levels I think are in this chapter, and then I'll talk about this more in a little bit. But look at those animations. When you shoot them, they really just feel like they're taking tons of hits. You can like hit them like this. Yeah, hit that guy in the leg. Oh, he died. Sometimes they stand back up if you hit them in like not vital areas. It's pretty cool. Obviously, you can hear them drop their ammo. It goes like, it makes that loud, confirming noise. There's a tank somewhere around here, I thought. But, yeah, so, like, there's a lot of good stuff that goes... Oh, here it is. I think I can even kill this if I really wanted to. I'm not going to, because Barnes has to do it. But, kill that guy. But, yeah, so, like, there's, like, levels like this are really cool because you have, like, you know, elderly people. It's kind of interesting. It's accurate that there are elderly people just kind of hiding around, because if it's, I mean, it was World War II, so there should be no young people that are NPCs on the level that are harmed. It could be, they would all be fighting. So it's interesting that it's accurate that they did that. The Scotland levels are easily the best. You have these levels with barns where you run around and stuff like that. There's a level called Arnhem Knights. That's actually not in... I don't know where that one is. I don't think that's actually in this chapter, but I'll talk about that in a second. But yeah, so... you don't fight with allies, though, a lot. It is really weird. It's very strange. You have a few levels where you do. Like, you have the beginning of the game. You have Barnes' level. You have, like, one... level at the start where you catch up to a bunch of allies. It's this seaside stowaway one where you link up with a bunch of allies and you throw grenades at a tank here. I'll do that. I'll show some of that. But like this is a cool level because you actually have allies with you that spawn and like get on turrets. The enemies and allies will get on turrets. They'll mess around. They'll like chase each other. They'll punch each other out. They like charge each other. Every character has a melee. It's pretty sick. You have a drop here. You know, whatever. That's fine. But yeah, you like watch this. Like you walk through here. This is very cinematic still, even though it's chapter 2. These characters get destroyed. They all get killed. Then you get on this machine gun, and then you can just mow down people. Machine guns are really cool in this game because basically anytime you get on a machine gun, a bunch of enemies will spawn usually, and that's part of the thing about how you get your scoring up is you have to find all these machine guns and you mount them just to make sure that enemies spawn, because they will spawn. They spawn a lot when you get on machine guns, and then that's what makes the game kind of awesome is that you have these little moments like that. Let's get rid of this guy. Look at that animation. That's a little bit dramatic, but I mean, he gets like shot in the stomach and goes flying backwards. Like, you just feel like you're actually doing something in a game like this. You know, in later games, there's no animations for stuff like that. Like, it's interesting that in a game in 2001, they put so much love and attention into the animations for when characters just get shot. That's it. It's pretty awesome. You know, it's just, they did a great job. Let's look at this. He's trying to get back up. I think he got hit by a mortar. There's mortars happening right now. This is crazy. There's a lot of good stuff going on here. This dude, like, you shoot barrels, they blow up people. One of the first games that had that in it. I mean, it's like Doom was, I think, the OG, but like, yeah, I shot him and then I broke his animation there. I mean, again, allies, fighting with allies are really cool because, oh, where are my allies? What are you guys doing? Well, they're supposed to come up with me and help me out, but they totally are not. But yeah, you like, I mean, this is cool. Like, they lean against walls, they peer around walls, they like snipe people with their Garands. It's very, very well done. The animations are sick. So that's what is a bummer is that you have these moments where you know they have great AI. They put a lot of love and time into the AI, but you barely fight with allies. Like, this is so cool when you walk out here and there's a tank shooting everybody right here. So you have to like run up to it and throw a grenade at it. Like, that's what I'm gonna do to kill it. Like, this stuff is so cool. And then you just like dodge and all this stuff. And look at that. Like, you nade a tank and it blows up. That's not how that works, but it's whatever. You got people with Thompsons shooting. It's chaos. You feel like you're in a war. And then after this level right here, the next level that has allies is like that one that I just did, which was 3 levels later, and you only have one dude walking around with you, and then you get another ally for half the second half of the level. It's not. The battles are the best part of the game. Like, these AI battles where people are running around shooting each other. This stuff is crazy awesome. But then you literally don't have any moments like this. More than like, you have like, it's like 4 levels out of like 19. There's 19 levels in this game. Like, there's so many levels in this game. Yet, okay, here's the part where I climb up the tower. See, this is what I do love this. Look at this. You get up in this tower. The climbing ladder is just wonky AF. It's fine. It's 2001. What did you expect? So I'm manning the machine gun, and look at this. All these enemies start spawning all over the place. So I just start mowing them all down. And again, you have to man these machine guns to get these enemies to spawn. Although this one is a mission. Pretty much anytime you see a machine gun, climb on it and wait a few seconds, and then there will be enemies that you will mow down, and it's awesome. Very fun. There's like little Bond moves like that. That's the best way that I can compare them. Is like you have these little moves where like there's one level where you move a machine gun and it lines up with a doorway, and then when you open the doorway, you can mow down everybody with a machine gun. It's really, really well done. They put a lot of love into these like missions on the like side. That, again, there's no communication about it, so like you only know about it because you don't get a gold. And like, so again, the game is hard. The game is very difficult because stuff like that is not communicated at all. But like, it's super, super, super fun because it's so clear that there's something you have to do to fix it. Like, you're missing a gold. You must kill more enemies. It tells you you have to kill 95% of the enemies to get a gold. So if you if you didn't get all the enemies, then there's something you're missing. Oh, sorry, dude. That dude just walked right in front of me. But yeah, like, this stuff is cool. But yeah, there's very few levels where enemies are with you or allies are with you. And it's really fun when the allies are with you. But like, you generally just spend the most of the game by yourself, running around behind enemy lines. And you're like, this, like, I know this is what happened in history. You had some people doing stuff like that. But not everybody did stuff like that. Like, not everybody was just like, and look at how fat this guy is. That's pretty funny. But not everybody was like these super secretive military Bond villain or Bond heroes. Like, this is not what World War II was. It was massive armies advancing. That was, I mean, again, you have these little skirmishes, but the fact that 19 of the missions, you have allies on like 5. And really, the second level doesn't really count because your allies are just standing there for 1 second and you never see them again. Like, you don't fight with people apart from like, here, like, I'll pull them up. I know exactly what they are. So like, it's D-Day, you fight with people. Your finest hour, you do. Into the Breach is like a half a point. You don't really have people there. Seaside Stowaway, you do at the beginning. Special Cargo, no, you're in a freaking submarine alone. You're not gonna. I mean, that's an awesome level. Don't get me wrong, but it's like you're not gonna have allies on a level like that. Eye of the Storm, you're sniping at night. That's an awesome level. Great stuff. And then you have Chance Meeting, another night level where you're running around sniping people. It's cool, but you're kind of going, okay, that's not really mixed up too great. Then you have Rough Landing. Rough Landing is what I was doing earlier. So Needle in the Haystack, this is a good level. Holland, I think it's Holland is where we are. So Holland is cool. Okay, and now this is where we're going to talk about some of this. Is this where I need to? I want to find the level. There's a level that's going to prove my point a lot about some of this stuff. But here it is. This one. This level right here. So the game starts pretty normally. Pretty reasonable all the way through. But then after Rough Landing, Operation Rapunzel, and the one right before it, these 2 levels are massively difficult. And you know why? Because they give you this stupid... You're supposed to be this ID paper person, but it never works. You also... Okay, this is, again, where the mechanics of this game breaks. You have this thing, you're trying to sneak around, you go up to people and you show them this little thing, and they say, like, go to the back or whatever. It's fine. So you come back here. You show your ID papers. Your cover is immediately blown. Immediately. Absolutely immediately blown. But you have to kill enough enemies to get a gold on this level. So you're going to get your cover blown right here. So you might as well just whip out your gun and just start shooting all these people right here. It's like, this is what I'm going to do. Is like, I'm going to just come right here. And then you just pull out a pistol with the worst freaking accuracy ever. And like, yeah, the disguise gets blown immediately. And so what's the point of the ID papers? There's a lot of levels with this stupid ID papers thing. But you're not supposed to, you're not going to end up with that. Because, again, you have to kill enough enemies to get a gold. So, like, why is there a disguise mission? They fixed this, I think, in later games. And I don't know if Rising Sun fixed this, but it's like, what are you supposed to do here? Like, what are you expected to do? There's like, I mean, you can't, what's the point of the sneaking? It's like, there's no point in this. And then, like, obviously, now you don't have papers anymore. It's fine, because the papers don't matter. The papers literally don't matter. What's the point in sneaking around? Like, if you're going to end up switching over, it doesn't matter. Like, so, like, this dude was the one who, like, goes, hey, you're not Frederick. And I'm like, yeah, I'm not. I'm clearly not. I'm an American person. But I have to shoot you in the face because I don't have any other options here. And I've got all this ammo for guns I don't have. This level is way too difficult because of the fact that I think they expected I think they just half-coded this so that it's, like, very unsuccessful. I think they were expecting the sneak mechanics to work, maybe? But also this pistol's garbage, by the way. So the silenced pistol is very bad because, again, you're silenced, so you think it's supposed to be, like, really good. Look at the recoil on this thing. It's like, every shot was so wildly different that I'm like, I don't even know what's happening right now. So Operation Rapunzel and what was the level before this? But these 2 levels are absolutely ridiculous. And part of the reason why, although look at that animation, that's pretty sick. Even in the midst of complete tomfoolery of this game, there are still some pretty sick animations. I'm not gonna lie. So, I mean, again, and also the enemies like in this situation. So like, yeah, I ruined my secrecy here, so they know I'm here. But then they all still seem surprised by me. Like, I don't really know what's going on with that. It just feels like they like half coded this because they were like, the animations for mailing are pretty cool. It just feels like they were like, we don't know what we need to do, so let's make it where you still have to get gold. They probably coded this level and then remembered later. They were like, oh shoot, we can't make it be. It can't be. We have to make it so you kill everybody. You can't not, because that's the whole point of getting gold. It's like, and they didn't have time to code a new version of getting golds for the sneaking levels, because there should be a level in this game where you sneak entirely. Like, that should be a thing. That's an awesome concept. And it starts cool when you're like handing off the papers to people. That stuff's fun. But then you're like, wait, how am I going to get a gold though? And then they realize that, and then they blow your cover literally 1 second into the level. And there's 2 levels like this. There's literally 2 levels where you start out incognito and then immediately just go, never mind. There's the malevolent chef again. I love that there's like a recurring villain. It's pretty funny. Again, I'm not trying to get a gold. I'm not trying to do anything like that. I'm just showing like some of the stuff. You can eat bread. This is one of the first games that does this, where you can eat bread and your character goes, this is delicious, and then gets like a little bit of health back. It's pretty cool. It adds up when you go into the kitchens. And you also know whenever you go into a kitchen, you're going to find the malevolent chef, who's just this dude who throws knives. It's pretty hilarious. Basically a recurring villain, if you will. Still really cool. The game turns into, for some of these levels, the game turns into just stockpiling health at the beginning of the level and running all the way back to the beginning of the level to get health. That's pretty much what the game turns into. That's what makes the maintaining health thing kind of stupid. I think I wouldn't enjoy... I don't enjoy the idea of having to use health as a means for skill, because so much of this game has such random crap that happens where characters shoot you through walls and stuff like that. And that's not dependent on the player. Like, so the fact that they're basing it on health doesn't really make any sense. Like, I think the enemy killing thing is awesome. Very, very cool. But the problem is that, yeah, you get to a point where you can't always bank on health being the thing. Like, you get screwed in this game so much, and that's not your fault. Like, it's not your fault if characters can shoot you through walls. There's also drunk people that you can shoot and kill. It's kind of brutal, but, like, whatever. You just shoot these people, you get a collateral. That's pretty fun. You just destroy people in the face. And, I mean, again, the animations are glorious in this game. Very, very good. Enemy spawns kind of make sense, too. Like, they do a good job of, like, it doesn't feel like you're often just running into a room and then shooting everybody in it. I mean, you're doing it here, but, like, it's a little bit different now because we got revealed. But, like, a lot of times you're moving around to try to do stuff. So watch this guy's animations right here. That is sick. I mean, he, like, stares at you like shocked that he's bleeding. I mean, it's pretty cool. Like, again, I don't like... I mean, violence is whatever, but like, it's just very interesting. So, yeah, these levels are like insanely difficult. Like, I mean, this part right here ruined me in this game so much because you have to run around this stupid quadrant over here, and then people are all waiting for you on this thing. The frame rate starts dropping because there's like 1,000 people here. I mean, like, look at this. Like, how are you supposed to get through this without taking a ton of damage? Like, I mean, I'm not trying right now, but like, look at all these enemies. Like, you can throw a grenade kind of up in there, but it's like, no. So like, and then if you don't get, if you don't have the damage, like you don't get a gold. Like and so I think that's just kind of a weird way to rank the game. I will say that the enemy thing is the coolest ever, because then it allows you to find these secret things with, you know, turrets, and there's one level where you go up on a sniper tower and then enemies actually spawn and you start sniping a whole bunch of enemies and they all come running at you. I'm pretty sure it's the Holland level. That Holland level is just so good. This level's really weird because this dude is just standing here and I'm like, what are you doing? he like just doesn't really do anything. It's odd. I don't know. But yeah. So Rapunzel and the level before it both are absolutely insane just to get the golds. Again, you can finish the levels, but it's like getting the golds is just like crazy on some of these levels because they don't give you enough health and you can't backtrack and leave your old health stockpiled sometimes. In some of these games, like doors will shut, you can't get back outside or whatever. That stuff happens, so it turns into just like you just get killed by random. Yeah, Golden Lion. Ugh, Golden Lion was awful. Some tough levels. So like the game to me starts so reasonable with Rough Landing. All the way through to Rough Landing is like doable. Then Golden Lion and Operation Rapunzel are bananas. They're so tough. And then the levels get... This one is ridiculous, too. The Nijmegen Bridge. This level is insane. There are snipers everywhere. I'm not even going to get into it. It's so ridiculous. There are snipers everywhere on that level. It's not a fun level. And then, all of a sudden, it gets really fun again with Yard by Yard. Yard by Yard, I'll show Yard by Yard, because Yard by Yard is awesome. Yard by Yard is the level where you run around and go through checkpoints, and you clear checkpoints for a medical truck. And enemies spawn all over the place. It's a hard level, but it's a very, very, very fun level. So like, this is the thing. There's easy levels in this game that are fun. There's hard levels that are absolutely awful and not fun at all. And then there are like hard levels that are totally rewarding and super fun, like this one. So like you see this, you go, oh shoot, like whoa, there's a whole bunch of people here. Let's just sneak into here. I have like no ammo for my guns because it remembers where I was at when I got here the last time. So you sneak up in here, you just crouch. You don't have to crouch, but I'm being dramatic. You just sneak up on this dude. He's manning the turret. Oh, he's not. Then you punch him out. Done. And then you just pick the gun up, shoot the little thing, boom! Destroyed everybody. It's super fun. And you do that on all the levels, all the checkpoints. And then at the end you fight a tank or whatever, and then enemies spawn everywhere. But like, it's very fun. Like, that's a very fun level. Very good design. Simple, effective. And then the best level in the entire game, for sure, in my opinion, is Arnhem Knights, which is the next level, which I'm going to show some of. This is easily the best level in the game because it's the last level in the game that has allies in it, and it has so many allies all over everything. There's enemy allies everywhere and enemies everywhere. You literally go through the streets of, I guess... I don't even know where this is, but you're fighting... It's the only level you fight with UK soldiers. You fight a Panzerschreck squad and get a bunch of Panzerschreck ammo. It's pretty awesome. The level ends kind of tough because there's a tank and you're supposed to use the Panzerschreck to kill it, but the aim down sights of that thing is awful, so you just throw grenades at it. It's pretty awful, but this level is one of the best levels in the entire game, and you know why? Is because it's got good design and allies. The fact that there are allies and you use the bar. You got this dude right here who's like, what's up, dude? I'm this major sergeant guy. Rescue as many of my men as possible. And they, unfortunately, they do respawn a million times. But, like, yeah, you just come up here. Look at this. Like, look at these. You can fight people from up top like this. And then you, like, destroy this guy. There's allies and enemies fighting down below. So you're, like, providing covering fire. You, like, you can throw some nades. I'm going to throw some nades down here and just blow up all these people. So I'm going to lean out, launch it. Catch that for me. And then, boom, destroyed everybody. It's great fun, super enjoyable. This is easily the best level in the entire game. And it's because they implement all the fun of the other levels all into one. I also just noticed that when you reload, you can see the little handle thing lifting. That's pretty cool. But there's snipers up in towers that mess with you a little bit. There's like allies all over the place. And they keep spawning, and it's really fun. And you have your little ally guy with the hat, the beret, that he's moving all over the place. And it's just a great, great level. Arnhem Knights is hard, fun. It's got everything that you want. It's basically the D-Day level, but better because D-Day there's just chaos. And again, it's accurate. That's what it was like being at D-Day, is complete chaos. So like, I'm not mad at them for how D-Day turns out. It's a great level, but like, and the music, okay, we have to talk about the music. Let me get to that later. I'll get to that later because I have to mention the music. Music in this game is absolutely amazing. But yeah, Arnhem Knights, super fun, super enjoyable. actually having allies all over the place is very, very fun. And you get to run around and do a whole bunch of crazy stuff. You rescue people. It's just cool when the mission is literally rescue as many people as possible. Like that is a good level in a World War II video game. Like, it works in Halo. It works in Medal of Honor. That's a good natural incentive for the player, is rescue as many soldiers as possible, you know? So let me move on to these right here. This is another train level, which is pretty cool. Again, train levels are all right. I like the train levels. Derailed is pretty cool. We eventually it becomes aware that we're chasing this person. Actually, I will show on track, because on track does suck, because this is the level where this is the other level where you have this stupid ID pass thing. Again, why ID pass? I don't understand. I do not understand why they decided to try this like Bond, like sneak your way on board thing. It really is bizarre. I don't know why they did it. And I appreciate everyone. If you've watched this far, I appreciate it. This is very off the script. I did not write a script for this one because I just was feeling it. I made this video today. I was like, oh, I should probably record and plan this. Nope, I did it all in one day. Because I was just like, let's just go. Let's talk about it. This game is amazing, except for weird mechanics like this. So, having... Wait, I thought I get the... Wait, I get the... Oh, yeah, I get it. Oh, yeah, that's right. I get the dude stuff from the shower. It's hilarious. Yeah, then you have your ID papers out again. You can just push the fire button to do this. Then you just kind of run around. But again, your cover's going to get blown. So you like hold this up. Then it falls apart. Like, I'll do it here. And then they see you, and then they go, hey, you're a bad guy. And you're like, see, look at this. Oh, look at that. Wow, look, we did it. Oh, train station entered. Your cover's been blown. And then you're like, really? That man stole my pants. My disguise has been blown. So now it's over. Right? Yeah, see, here they go. Now they all come up and see me and shoot me. Such a strange idea that they were like, you know what we need to do? Is have this. We need to have it where you have to sneak your way on board, but you can't go too far because we bank the entire ranking system on you killing everybody. So we have to make everybody see you and fight you. Yay. See, and that's how you die a million zillion times. So that level sucks. But Derailed's fun. And then at the end we fight that Stern guy, whatever his name is, and we fight him. And that level's actually not that hard because they give you just all the ammo and all the health everywhere. They just give you so much. And you're like, wow, I didn't think I would take this much damage. And you don't. So, but some of the levels at the end are also really ridiculous. So I'll talk about that in a second. So, on track, Riding Out the Storm. Track sucks, terrible. Riding Out the Storm is alright, but it's pretty hard because there's like stuff on the side of the road that shoots at you. It's kind of weird. Derailed is very fun. And let me see, where else? And then Horton's Nest. Yeah, clipping their wings is fine. Enemy mine is ridiculous. You actually get in a mine cart and run around. Actually, clipping the wings is awful too. A lot of the Horton's Nest ones are awful, except for stealing the shell, which is the very last level in the game. That level's not that bad. So that's, I think, pretty much everything that I wanted to say about all that so far. I'm gonna go back to Arnhem Knights and then talk about the music. So the music in this game is absolutely amazing. There's like a legit score that has like names and stuff. They like literally went all out and made a like score, and it's very militaristic war. Lots of trumpets, violins. It's very pretty, very professionally done. It's like kind of strange because I don't think at this time in history there was a lot of that yet. There wasn't a lot of like video game soundtracks weren't really a thing that were like something that they invested a lot of time into. So it's like, it's very impressive that they went for it. But they did, and they're very good. The music in this game is some of the best, like in almost any game ever. Like I think they nailed it so good that it's like, it's shocking how good the music is in this game. It's very, very well done. And it's so elegant, and it just has like a, I don't know how to describe it apart from that, it's just perfect for what it is. Like, they wanted to make music that was, I mean, again, it's probably based heavily on Saving Private Ryan because, again, Saving Private Ryan had really good music. So I think that they're just basing it on that. But I'm like, you guys killed it with the music in this game. I don't know who composed it, but it's like, you can see it in the extras. They have a lot of people involved in this game. And they have, like, females singing. It's the beginning. Like, Halo kind of went with this too. Like, again, it's the military sci-fi shooter vibe where, like, you have women chanting. I don't know why, but it's just, like, perfect for a military game. I don't know. But they really nail it. So, I actually did pretty good rescuing. I rescued a lot of people this time. Wow. Okay. Look at us. Let's get rid of that guy. Let's get rid of that guy. And now a sniper did spawn. I do see a sniper up at the top of that building up there. So let me get rid of you. Snipers are ruthless. Look at this. He holds his hand and then falls off. Look at that animation. That's so fire. Let's get rid of this guy. It's funny because he has a ghillie suit, but he totally is not actually sniping. Alright, so we did it. Right, can y'all kill that guy while I go back upstairs and make sure... I think there's some enemies that still spawn up here across the way. Or not. There's health up here. So again, this game turns into just memorizing where all the health is. Like, you just have to memorize where all the health spawns because you're going to need it. This game is not easy. This is not an easy game. But it's back in the day when games were, like, actually good. They, like, tried to make them hard so that the player was like... I mean, you feel so accomplished when you get a gold in this game. Some of the games in the future, it's like you don't even have to try. And you're like, oh, good, I got a gold on everything. Sweet, you know? But in this game, it's like... You have to, like, learn health spawns. It's not an easy game. I can't imagine, like, a 10-year-old... Man, a 10-year-old me, I played this game, and it was not easy. So let's pick up this machine gun turret. Again, you can just murder everybody. And here comes this tank. I love this. Tank comes spawning in, looking around, causing trouble. But then you can destroy it with this. And you just, again, you're just sweeping with a machine gun turret and just melting all these people. You think they would, like, kind of get out of the way of that, but nope. They just take it. They just take it in the face. They just get destroyed constantly, and it's very fun. So, there were more allies there, but I think they all died. Oh no, here's one. What's up, dude? Alright, so we still got some. But, like, again, music, amazing. The music is one of the best parts of this game. I think the level design is very, very fun. There's a lot of variety in these levels. You have levels on tanks. You have levels where you escort a guy who destroys tanks. You have a level where you snipe people. You have a level where you get on a train. You have a level where you get on a sub. You have levels all over the place. You have levels in Holland. You have a level deep in Germany. You take pictures of a prototype weapon. You take down a boss character who's the main guy you've been chasing the whole game. You have crappy gimmicky levels with IDs that don't work at all and are terrible. Like, you have that. That sucks. But everything else is fine. You know? I would say that the things I like about the game are the guns sound great. The animations are phenomenal. Enemies react to getting shot. They get destroyed. They go flying. They get knocked down. They try to get up again. Chumbawamba. And they just have a lot of, like, it's very fun. Every encounter is very fun to do. Level design is great. There's a lot of nooks and crannies to walk around in, and they reward you. Again, I love this. It's very simple, but, like, having maneuverability for the character or for the player and being able to move all over the place and do stuff like taking engagements in favorable places where you jump around and take the high ground and then look at some flanking around behind these three dudes right here. Like, that is some good gameplay. Like, then you let your allies work on some people, but they sometimes don't do a great job of it. I don't know who he's looking at those people right there. So let's get those. I mean, again, very, very good gameplay. Gameplay in this game is phenomenal. I would say it's very difficult, but that's not a bad thing. It's bad when the enemies can shoot you through walls, because they can. If they're clipping up on a wall, they can shoot you through walls. It's really dumb. They also don't miss a lot. Like, they will see you in a way that they should not be able to see you, and then, like, that's a little bit annoying. But animations are great. You can knock people down, and then from there you can start working on other people around the level. So it's very well done. Very fun gameplay. Music is unbelievably good. And I think I'm trying to think if there's anything else. I love the variety of levels, what you do on the levels. The missions are good. The select thing is great for giving hints. That's pretty cool because in later games, it's just glowing yellow. It's stupid. At least in this game, you have to search for stuff. You can kind of get lost, but like not really, because again, the hints really do help. And the hints are very well spoken, so you kind of know what you're trying to do. It's very well done. A lot of polish went into this game, even though there are a few weird little glitches and collision stuff. Sometimes you can see an enemy, but when you try to shoot them through the wall, nothing happens. It's kind of dumb. Is there a thing I'm supposed to blow up here? Oh yeah, there's Panzer people here. Alright, so let's just start nading the crap out of everybody. Nades. Nades. And nades. And more nades. And they will respawn again. So there's a couple glitches like this where, see, I'm like shooting the Panzer people and they like are respawning and stuff. This level has a weird glitch where they will respawn like right away, even though they don't count as being alive still. They're like not alive, but it's like you neutralize them, but they're gonna respawn for some reason. I don't know why. Just throwing nades because I'm having fun with this. But yeah, there's a few glitches in this game. It's noticeable in stuff like this, where like, okay, I killed all the people, they're all dead, but they will respawn in about 2 seconds. It's really annoying, and it does throw you for a loop because you're like, I killed them all. How are there more of them? And it's because more of them will spawn. They just do. It's weird. There's a few of those types of glitches. Enemies can shoot you through walls. Some levels are stupid with the identification papers. That is the dumbest thing. I don't know what they were trying to do with that. If you're going to do that, then add a new way to rate people based on how well you do with that. That's where the gold should come in, is how long does it take for you to get seen? Not, hey, make sure you get your cover blown immediately so you have to kill everybody again. Again, I like killing everybody because it allows you for creativity with how to have enemies spawn in with like machine gun turrets and stuff like that. That's cool. But you got to do a good job of making that stuff consistent. This might be one of the few machine gun turrets you can get on where nobody will spawn because your allies are here. It'd be really silly if enemies spawned right now and just like ran at your allies. That'd be really silly. But so Arnhem Knights is the best level, easily. Very, very fun level. Yeah, see, here they are. They all spawn again. Did he live that? He survived that crap? I mean, look at this. They're all here. Like, why are they here again? This is ridiculous. But yeah, this is hilarious that these enemies are just back. He actually does not have an animation. He tried to melee me and it didn't do any damage. That's pretty funny. But yeah, so game is fantastic. Very much enjoy it. You know, a couple of little things that are a little bit broken about it, like enemies respawning and certain levels being insane. And this guy just took 4 shots and did not die. That's kind of intense. But very good game, honestly. Love it. Have a lot to say about it, obviously. Please let me know what y'all think about this game. Give me your thoughts. Give me things that you think about this game. I think this game is very, very well done. Very minor glitches. Make the game difficult, but don't ruin it. Some stupid level designs, but not that bad. Really not that bad. And as a result, I think this is a very underrated game. It definitely started like the whole war like theme for video games. It really wasn't a thing before a game like this. I think they did a really, 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 really good job with making this game amazing. They put a lot of love into this game. It's so obvious. Then when you go back and watch the like credit stuff, like they clearly had a blast making this game too. So like, it's just very good. It's a very, very good game. And I think they just knew what they were doing. And like, as a result of that, you're just like, you get to just like feel like a soldier in war. And that's something that like, as a kid, I never got to do. And I hope that I never get to do that because I don't think war is good. But like, it's a great game. A lot of fun. So, hope y'all enjoy it. I'll end with me probably dying to this tank. Yep, there it goes. All right, thank y'all for watching. Please Please let me know what y'all think about this game. Give me comments. I want to see what you have to say. Yeah.